Welcome, esteemed graduates, honored guests, and anyone who followed the sound of laughter and ended up here by accident. I am Dean Wilma Vanderswag, and today we celebrate the 2025 graduating class of the OPC University. OPCU for short, because in academia, we love a good acronym. Slides up, please. Okay.
No problem.
As your dean, registrar, unofficial IT support, and finder of lost documents, I am delighted to welcome you to our 2025 commencement ceremony. This year, our graduates have excelled in their academic fields: visionary studies, mathematical miracles, applied kindness, advocacy and courage, and of course, documentation, digital wizardry, and diplomacy. They have survived deadlines, renewals, budgets, website redesigns, and the mysterious phenomenon known as reply all. Truly, they are heroes. As dean, my 2025 academic program was called Administrative Survival and Miracles. My coursework included managing communications. This position is changing to help with some of the duties of the secretary and to do our utmost to keep effective and timely communication with our diocesan councils. The Ontario Provincial Council has a Zoom account that is maintained by this position, and all elected officers schedule their monthly meetings with their diocesan counterparts through this position. The communications and duties with the Bishop Pappen Bursary Fund are transitioning from the Faith Chair to this position. Supporting officers. Keeping contact with the parish councils through requests for anniversary certificates has been an opportunity to learn more about the parish councils around the province. Diplomacy 301, traveling with the President. Traveling with Colleen Martin, Ontario Provincial Council President, has helped bring awareness to the successes, challenges, and issues facing our councils in the province. All facets of communication are needed: face-to-face, Zoom meetings, letters, and emails to help the League thrive and grow. My capstone project: keeping the provincial office running smoothly while maintaining my sanity, my sense of humor, and the devotion to the League. I graduate this year with honors in patience, persistence, and paper cut prevention.
Sisters, it... No. Okay.
Press it.
I can't even see the button. No. Okay. Just got my hair cut before my...
I know.
There we go.
Sisters in the League, spiritual advisors, guests, and fellow graduates, today we celebrate our achievements. To our mentors, we thank you for guiding and encouraging us to discover our strengths and reach our true potential. Each of us has our own unique gifts and talents. As we look to the future, it can be intimidating, but we have the knowledge and skills to succeed. As Vice President, I mentored in membership studies, which required listening, encouragement, detective skills, and the ability to answer the age-old question, how many members do we currently have? Without batting an eye or breaking into a cold sweat. My courses included Policy Review 101, the never-ending saga. Policy is crucial in establishing a framework to guide decision-making. This area of study is continually evolving, similar to a soap opera. The Edge of Insanity, Another World, The Old and the Tired. Another course, Recruitment 201, explaining to women and non-members what CWL stands for, and assuring them that it is not the Canadian Wrestling League. First impressions often determine whether a woman will join the league, regardless of how many lemon pies or butter tarts we bake. If a new member feels welcome and included, they will continue to be a member for many years. Kindness and acceptance will go a long way. Third course, Retention 301, affectionately known as the Gentle Nudge Olympics. Members who witness the genuine sisterhood of the league that we know and love will be first in line to renew their membership. Next, Engagement 401, turning the phrase "I'm too busy" or "another Zoom meeting" into "of course I'll be there. It's my third of the day." We are there for our sisters because we know we can count on them, and they're there for us. We don't hesitate to spend our entire Saturday at church making sandwiches for the tea, attending a meeting, greeting before Mass, singing in the choir at Mass, and then returning at the crack of dawn to do it all over again on Sunday. We enjoy being together. It's that simple. The final course, Data Management 501, also known as "Why are there always two Marys?" or "Why do so many parishes have the exact same name?" Keeping track of membership can be a challenge, similar to a sporting event. Just when you think you know the game, they change the rules. Coordinating annual reports can be fun, but they do tell our story, and it's one that we should be very proud of. My capstone is being kind, welcoming, and building confidence, one member at a time. We appreciate where our individual journeys have taken us, and the future is bright. Yes, I'll put it down.
Do you introduce me? Okay. Well, my league friends, I stand before you, giving you my final address as a member of a CWL executive. What an adventure it has been. I came to the league all those years ago as a shy, self-conscious young woman. While serving on a parish, diocesan, and provincial executives, the league brought out of me skills that I didn't even know I had. They were buried deep inside me. I became more extroverted, easier for me to say, better organized, managed time more efficiently, and most of all, I guess this is a funny thing to say now, I became a public speaker. I urge every one of you in this room to say yes when you are asked to serve on an executive. You will be amazed at how talented you really are. As a future leader, become knowledgeable about the rules that govern our organization by reading the Constitution and bylaws and the National Manual of Policy and Procedure. Did you know that the P&P was completely revised? Do you know what was changed? Our organization has councils that are struggling and need help. What can be done to help them? When I offered a course a few years ago, a parish treasurer was surprised when she found out that she could not sign a check to herself. I hear of motions being made and approved at executive meetings, but never go to the general membership. The way to improve the situation in all councils is through education and mentoring. I have a true story that illustrates why proper teaching is so important. A school near me decided to hold a Terry Fox run for their students. Each class was told the story of Terry Fox and his run across Canada. A little girl in junior kindergarten told her mother about her experience later that day. She explained that her teacher told them that Terry Fox had lost his leg to cancer. Then she said they walked and walked around the schoolyard, but they never found his leg. So let's get the correct information out there. What skills do you and your council need? Ask for and attend workshops, development days, and webinars. The League needs educated members, confident, informed, and ready to be the leaders of the future.
And there goes my hat. Today we gather to celebrate a remarkable achievement, surviving life as a treasurer of a large organization. Many people think being treasurer is about numbers. It is not. It's about emotional resilience. Today I proudly present the unofficial curriculum from the School of Organizational Finance. Budgeting 101, making it stretch. In this class, you learn the magical art of turning a budget of $12 into an event for 400 people. You also learn important financial phrases such as, "That's not in the budget," "Who approved this?" and the advanced diplomatic response, "Interesting idea for next year." By midterm season, students discover an important truth. Every chair believes they are the priority. Everyone says it's only a few extra dollars. And that is how treasurers slowly develop eye twitches. Then we move into the second year core requirement, receipts. Why are they always crumpled? Treasurers receive receipts in every condition imaginable, folded into tiny origami squares, included in ancient historical artifacts, or attached to email sent at 2:13 a.m. saying, "Need reimbursement ASAP." And somehow, the most important receipt is always missing. People say things like, "I lost it," but spiritually, I definitely paid for it. Unfortunately, accounting standards have not yet accepted spiritual receipts. Next comes the advanced senior level courses, Financial Reporting 305, turning panic into pie charts. This is where treasurers learn to present catastrophic information calmly. For example, instead of saying, "We are dramatically over budget," you say, As you can see from the colorful chart, we are experiencing an exciting period of financial creativity. Pie charts are very important because somehow bad news feels less scary when it's shaped like a dessert. And finally, the course that breaks even the strongest students. Policy and Procedure 407. Why nobody reads the rules until I say no. This course teaches treasurers that no one reads policies until you tell them they can't do something. Suddenly, everyone becomes a lawyer. You'll hear statements like, well, technically, we've always done it this way. And the terrifying phrase, I already bought it. This course also includes advanced conflict management techniques such as smiling politely while internally composing your resignation letter. Students quickly learn the policies are apparently viewed by others as gentle suggestions, creative writing, or obstacles meant to test human determination. Meanwhile, the treasurer is sitting there clutching the handbook like it's on page 14. There's a flowchart. By the end of the program, treasurers master the ultimate graduation skill, looking completely calm while internally screaming during budget meetings. So today, to all treasurers, the spreadsheet warriors, the guardians of receipts, the defenders of fiscal responsibility, and the exhausted enforcers of policies nobody reads, we salute you. Because without treasurers, organizations would have amazing decorations, unlimited snacks, and absolutely no money left by February. Congratulations, class of finance. May your budgets balance, your receipts remain legible, your policies be acknowledged at least once, and your auditors stay merciful. Thank you.
Looking back on this term, I see it through a very particular lens. The lens of the secretary and communications role who somehow became part documentarian, storyteller, digital wizard, and unofficial road crew for Colleen's provincial tour. Honestly, at one point, I considered adding professional tracker to my resume. This past year wasn't just tasks. It was a journey of faith, laughter, learning, and the occasional moment of staring down a frozen Wi-Fi signal like it needed a novena. I found myself enrolled in courses I never knew I signed up for. Minutes 101 turning 3 hours of passionate Catholic conversation into 2 pages of clarity. Email tone 201 sounding warm and pastoral without emojis, a true test of holiness. Social media 305, convincing Facebook to behave, Instagram to sparkle, and YouTube to admit, actually, Catholics can be fun. Podcast production 401, bringing the OPC Compass podcast to life and discovering that CWL women and spiritual advisors were born for the spotlight. Move over, Catholic Netflix. Website redesign lab, where buttons wandered off like unsupervised toddlers and links went into deep hiding. And finally, Colleen tracking 700. A masterclass in trying to keep up with Colleen's travels. Honestly, I swear, she moved faster than a parish bake sale sells out of butter tarts. But when I shift the lens to humor, from humor to heart, the picture becomes even more beautiful. This year was about people, the heart and soul of the League. Through this lens, I saw our social media becoming places where members saw themselves, their service, your joy, and your faith. The OPC Compass podcast, giving women and spiritual advisors a voice and a place to share the stories that make our League extraordinary. A redesigned, soon-to-be soft launch OPC website, becoming a digital home that welcomes every member and future member with clarity and warmth. The OPC Communications Resource Development Committee, creating a pick and choose communications buffet that will empower councils to shine without having to start from scratch. Woven through it all was connection, real faith-rooted connection, because communication isn't just information, it's relationship, it's ministry, it's telling the CWL story in a way that honors you, the women who are the CWL. When I zoom out, the signature achievement becomes clear. We built a communications ecosystem that is clear, modern, faith-rooted, and unmistakably CWL, one that helps our league shine with joy, dignity, and mission. And through it all, I saw you. Your faith, your generosity, your courage, your laughter, your willingness to show up for God and one another. Every time I hit the publish, I felt the privilege of honoring your shine and letting your shine go a little farther. So today, I stand here with a full heart, along with the gifted women who served beside me as digital wizards, keepers of the minutes, tamers of social media, wranglers of websites, producers of podcasts, and faithful companions on Colleen's Provincial Roadshow. Thank you for letting me serve. Thank you for letting me witness the heart of the CWL. And thank you for being the story worth telling.
So nervous. But with the help of all of my CWL sisters, our department was successful and stormed the heavens with our prayers. The recruitment of our new head of the board of directors and supreme spiritual governing leader, the OPC spiritual advisor, Bishop Alan Compo, proved to be our greatest achievement. His gifts provided direction and led our new spiritual department to be the best university spiritual formation program in the province. Bishop Compo, thank you for your time, service, and dedication. I majored in spiritual formation, guiding our members through prayer, reflections, and the occasional theological debate. My courses included liturgical colors, color coding for the soul, prayer services, making them beautiful but brief, everyday miracles. With God, nothing is impossible. Prayer Warriors 101. If all else fails, pray, pray, pray. My thesis, helping members deepen the relationship in Christ in ways that are joyful, accessible, and rooted in love. I reflect on the year behind us. I am filled with deep gratitude and optimism. This past year was not just a page in theology. It was a chapter of unwavering faith commitment to our mission and values. Students served with faith-filled hearts. The School of Theology focused on historic information and development of student members with spiritual reflections, presentations, prayers, workshops, and improved processes. I would like to thank the Board of Directors, the OPC officers. They were my guiding light. The department head faith chairs at diocesan and parish levels across the province for their continued collaboration and sharing. Finally, the OPC Faith Chair Committee for their spiritual dedication and service. They were great teaching assistants and not only graded, but led discussion and spiritual labs. Faith chairs and OPC Faith Committee members, please stand up to be recognized. Stand up, ladies. And Bishop. You all graduated cum laude. Your faith, your gifts, your service, your joy are the spark that ignites many more hearts to love and serve God. Blessings and hugs.
Everything I learned about the league, I learned in the back seat of a car. My understanding of the league started by listening to the front seat chatter on the way to a meeting. Those cars were rolling headquarters. It was the mobile command center for the women who ran our parishes and our communities. I didn't know what the National Constitution said yet, but I knew who made the best squares, who shouldn't be trusted with the raffle tickets, Pauline, and exactly which parish priest was a lovely man, but terribly disorganized. From that back seat, I have since learned that the CWL runs on 3 pillars: service, advocacy, and conventions. Let's start with service. To the outside world, meetings look like a polite social hour. From the back seat, I watched the logistics of faith in action. I saw the trunk packed to the brim with pies for the parish bazaar. I watched boxes of winter coats stacked so high they blocked the rear view mirror, destined for families who needed them. I listened to the front seat strategy sessions. They weren't talking about corporate takeovers. They were organizing the next funeral luncheon, planning a refugee sponsorship, or figuring out how to raise enough money for the church roof. Then came the word advocacy. This is where the car rides got intellectual and loud. I listened to arguments over social issues, human rights, and political parties and policies. While the rest of the world thought we were just arguing over the price of raffle tickets, we were actually organizing campaigns to tackle human trafficking, improve palliative care, and end child poverty. The front seat of that car was a policy think tank. I learned early on that if you want a law changed in Toronto or Ottawa, you don't hire a corporate lobbyist. You send a carpool of CWL. Finally, there were conventions. When that car trip grows longer and the trunk was packed with suitcases and sensible shoes, it meant convention season. To my kids, a convention sounded like a deeply solemn spiritual summit. But the energy in that car told a different story. It meant freedom. Yes, there was training and strategy debates, but there was also hotel room gossip, late night tea, or something stronger, and the absolute joy of a weekend away with the only other women in the province who understand the stress of a parish event. For God in Canada, in the front seat, that looks like a lived out faith. It's not loud or flashy. It is a quiet, consistent service. It is a belief that It is a belief that if someone is hungry, you feed them. If someone is grieving, you bake for them. If a law is unjust, you write your member of parliament until they listen. The women in the front seat taught me that community doesn't just happen, it is built, it is maintained, it is driven forward by people who are willing to do the heavy lifting and the driving. So here's to the drivers. Here's to the women who filled the cars, packed the trunks, and showed up on the front seat where it truly means to serve. I'm so grateful for those backseat lessons. They showed me that our league is smart, fierce, and fun. Thank you for continuing the tradition, sisters, and remember, drive safely on the way home because the next generation of CWL leaders is listening.
Today, as valedictorian with a degree in social justice, I reflect on a remarkable journey of faith, learning, and service. I majored in social justice with a concentration in advocacy and charity. Through the Catholic social teaching, I learned that faith is not simply something we believe, but something we live. The principle of human dignity, community, solidarity, care for the vulnerable, and stewardship of creation became more than just lessons. They became a way of seeing and responding to the world. In Advocacy 101, I discovered that change begins when ordinary people find the courage to raise their voices through letters, petitions, and engagement with elected officials. I learned the power of advocacy. One of the most meaningful experiences came this year when members of the Ontario Provincial Catholic Women's League met with members of provincial parliament at Queen's Park to present resolutions on issues affecting our communities. There I witnessed democracy in action and learned that faithful citizenship requires participation and courage. In Charity 101, I learned the difference between charity and justice. Charity asks, how can I help today? Justice asks, why is this happening and how can we change it? Charity responds to immediate needs. Justice seeks lasting solution. Both are essential expressions of our call to love our neighbor. From awareness to impact, I learned that awareness is only the beginning. Compassion must lead to action. Whether supporting food banks and shelters, standing with survivors of violence and human trafficking, or advocating for those facing poverty and discrimination, I learned that solidarity means walking alongside others and restoring dignity and hope. My thesis can be summarized in one sentence: empowering people to live the gospel to justice, peace, and solidarity. Through service, advocacy, and education, I learned that hope is not passive. Hope acts. Hope challenges injustice. Hope builds communities where all people can flourish. As graduates, we live here with more than diplomas. We carry a responsibility. The world needs people willing to seek, serve, and act. People who defend human dignity, build inclusive communities, care for creation, and stand with those whose voices are often unheard. Today we celebrate our achievement, but tomorrow our education becomes our mission. May we continue to advocate with courage, serve with compassion, and live our faith through action. Congratulations to my fellow graduates, class of 2026. May we go forward not only with knowledge, but with purpose, not only with ambition, but with compassion, not only with hope, but with determination to turn that hope into action. Thank you for an amazing experience. May God bless us all and bless you.
I now invite our provincial president, Colleen Martin, to come forward.
She looks scared.
Colleen, we stand here today to honor your steadfast leadership and generous spirit. Today, we joyfully bestow upon you an honorary degree in the spiritual bouquet and a symbol of our deep gratitude and prayerful esteem. Your honorary degree is in the degree of joy. Your honorary hood and tam on you.
Wow.
Our 1,241 masses, 1,689 rosaries, 137 corporal acts of mercy, 533 novenas or chaplets, and 1,735 prayers or other devotions. Wow. That's Graduates of OPC, class of 2026, you have completed your study with excellence, humor, and hearts full of faith. I hereby bestow on you the honor of summa cum laude upon each of you. As we look towards next term and beyond, I invite each of you and all our members to let your light shine brightly in our councils, parishes, and communities. Our national theme calls us to ignite your passion, empower your mission. Your light, your gifts, your service, your joy can be the spark that ignites many more hearts in love and service to God. May your light shine boldly, and may your passion inspire others. And to his mission, be empowered through everything we do. And, can I, now, cue, please, oh, you're all right, so that's all rose. Good students. At the end of our ceremony, we have a recessional song that everyone can participate in. Let us shine together, joyfully, boldly, and for his glory. Okay. Thank you.